Welcome back to the Mrs. Manifestation channel, and in this video I am going to be discussing why being humble is keeping you broke and stuck. So let's start. Okay, I want to share with you the truth, in my opinion, about humility and expansion. Have you actually ever been told to be humble when you shared your dreams? Or have you ever actually just felt guilty for wanting more than just enough or just more than what you already have? What if I actually told you that the idea of humility you've been taught is actually keeping you stuck in the exact same place you are right now? Now, today we're going to be breaking down the biggest lie that society has told you. And that lie is the idea that dimming your light somehow makes you a better person. So false humility is not about kindness. It's not about gratitude. It's about conditioning. Society has trained you to shrink, to keep your desires small, and to fear standing out. But here's the truth. You are an extension of God, of the universe. And the universe is always expanding. And what that means is that your natural state is growth. It's abundance. And guess what? Limitless potential. Playing small doesn't serve the world. It doesn't serve your family. It doesn't serve anyone around about you. It only limits your potential. And guess what? It limits theirs too. So let's think about that phrase. Who do you think you are? Who does she think she is? The moment you start actually wanting more, and the moment that people start to understand and realize this, they start projecting their own fears onto you. They'll make you feel guilty, they'll make you feel selfish, and they will even make you feel delusional for thinking and for daring to dream bigger than they ever dared to. Now, not everyone will do this, but most of society, because most of us are under the illusion that abundance isn't a thing for the masses, for most people. And to some degree, it's correct, because most people do follow the programming that they have been given, that's been installed in them. So let's think about this, okay? So society conditions you to believe that aiming for more is selfish or greedy, okay? They'll say, you've changed. You start leveling up, you start elevating, you start doing more with your life, you start expanding, growing, and it's quite obvious to everyone around about you, you've changed. The reality is that wanting more, it doesn't mean taking from others, okay? It's not like about when you grow, someone else must have less, they must shrink. It actually means expanding what's possible for you and for everyone else around you. Okay, so here's an example. You tell someone, I want financial freedom, like we said yesterday in yesterday's videos, and they respond with, yeah, we all do, but let's be realistic. Let's translate this. This actually, for your friend, your colleague, your coworker, they don't believe it's possible for them. They can't see it for you. They can't see it for you either. Okay, you might say, like, again, we said yesterday, I want to live in a luxury home by the ocean. And suddenly you hear, but why would you leave your family behind? Shouldn't you just be grateful for what you have? Because they can't imagine it for themselves, they judge you. And they judge you for believing that you're worthy and you deserve it. Okay? Let's think about another example here, okay? You talk about manifesting wealth. We spoke about this yesterday, and people are like, oh, so you think you're spiritual and you're rich now? And it's like, yes, society has programmed people to believe that success and spirituality can't coexist. And as we said yesterday, struggling is not a virtue. Okay, so the reality check here is the second that you speak about your true desires to others, people's own insecurities surface. Their doubts aren't about you. It's nothing about you. It's about them. And that is why I always recommend knowing who you're around and holding back before you divulge all of the things that you're manifesting or in the process of manifesting. So let's talk about why playing small serves no one, okay? You'll hear people saying things like, don't brag. Women, especially, like, we are taught to be likable, to shrink, to downplay, to never make others feel uncomfortable with their success, with how beautiful you look, with maybe your lovely family or the things you have or the things you say. But let's get real. How on earth does keeping yourself small help anyone? It doesn't. Okay, so let's think here. You start winning in life. You start waking up early, journaling. You've put routines into your life. You're using some of the downloads that, for example, the Glow Up meditation download that's available under this video. You start using this, you start glowing up, you start achieving more, feeling more motivated, inspired. And of course, the knock-on effects of these types of things are going to be that you start to succeed. You have a completely new aura around about you, and people can sense that energy. Okay, you start winning, you've got new confidence, you've got financial success. But instead of celebrating with you, people are going to say, potentially, and you might feel this, oh, she thinks she's better than us now. Don't brag. You know, maybe you've had to cut off some ties, some friendships and things. You know, maybe you start dressing better, you're glowing better, you step into your highest self, and people are like, oh, why are you so dressed up? Who are you trying to impress? You know, you look too much. You know, we're literally just out for a coffee and you're dressed up for the ball. Okay, it's playing you down, and it's pulling you down. It's trying to pull you back. Okay, but in those moments, it's about head held high. It's about, well, look, we're not guaranteed tomorrow. I'm just being my best self. Let's think about it. Okay, so say, you know, you're doing your meditations, you've got your routines organized, everything's going like clockwork for you. So you hit your milestone. Maybe you've got your first 10K month, say you're a coach consultant. Maybe you've got a promotion at work if you're working in corporate. Maybe you are finally going on that luxury trip. You've got your new car, something like that. And you basically thinking, instead of thinking, right, I'm going to celebrate this, I'm going to share this with my friends and family. Maybe you're excited, and maybe you're someone, not like me, I don't use social media for this purpose, but say you're somebody who likes to post on Instagram stories, you're going to hesitate to do that because you don't want to make others feel bad, or you don't want it to seem like you're bragging. But let me ask you this. If you downplaying your success made other people successful, then wouldn't they already be winning? Think about it. Okay? You don't have to be flashy, but you certainly don't need to be covert either. You don't need to be making excuses as to why you're achieving. And believe me, I did this before. I've did this with numerous different things, and I'm not talking about just being discreet. I'm talking about literally trying to avoid certain conversations and things because you feel like it will make that other person feel bad. When they're directly asking and looking for information, and you want to feel like you're bragging, so you're kind of really reluctant to say things about what you've achieved or what you have or where you're going or whatever. So confidence is magnetic, okay? And I have struggled with that in the past too. The world doesn't need more people playing small. It needs more expanders, the people who show others what's possible. Confidence is magnetic, and when you're sharing details with people where they could expand themselves, where they're like, wait, this is inspiring me, or maybe it's even triggering them, but that could be the catalyst for them to seek and achieve more, and in turn learn all those amazing life lessons that we spoke about on their way to success and on their way to achieving the things they actually want. Sometimes it's good to trigger people, not intentionally, but people are going to be triggered by you either way. Sometimes you walk into a room, you'll literally breathe and you will trigger someone. That is the reality. When you are becoming your higher self, you're going to trigger people when you say nothing at all. So let's move on. Be humble. This is the big lie that keeps you stuck, and it's the mindset that keeps you stuck. So why does society praise the hustling underdog but judge the woman who claims her power? Why is that? Why is it, oh my God, have you seen her? She works so hard. She does this, she does that. She's so tired. Oh my God, I don't know how she does it. But when the woman's put together, when the woman carries herself well, when the woman makes it look effortless, when the woman is doing all of these things and leveraging the opportunity she has in front of her to make things go like clockwork, why do people admire the struggle story? Okay, but they resent those who manifest success seemingly with ease. Why is that? We need to ask ourselves that question. So here's an example, okay? So you come from a background where working hard was the only way to success, where you were trading your time for money perhaps all the time. So you start actually changing your mindset, your attitude towards manifestation. You start employing the strategies, you start doing the meditations, the visualizations, sorting out your routines, structuring your life in a way that you can achieve more and things happen for you. And suddenly you hear, she's just lucky. She's always so lucky. Or like, you didn't struggle enough to deserve that. Why should you deserve that and other people don't? And it's like they don't see what goes on behind the scenes. It's not always about action. It's about employing smart strategies, and it's about the way you think and the way you create with your creator, with the universe. It's about taking aligned steps, and it's about following divine guidance that might seem effortless, and it probably will feel a lot more effortless than hustling in the dark and following what you think is going to be the next greatest step. Let me see, how can I act? What action can I take that will give me the best result in this scenario? It's not always about that. Sometimes it's about, let's meditate, let's look for the next sign, let's look for the divine guidance that I receive, and let me take that when it feels good to me. Again, you're finally thriving when people say money changes people. No, as I said yesterday, money reveals people, and it doesn't only reveal you, it reveals the people around about you, because sometimes a really ugly side can come out in people who are not celebrating with you. And sometimes people just love the struggle. They love to say, oh, I'll help you. Oh, I'm so sorry. Some people thrive on the drama and the struggle. And so when you're not struggling, it's like, oh, okay. Like I said yesterday, you think you're better than us now. No, I'm just not dimming my light anymore. I'm just not fitting into the box of who you actually think I should be. I just don't align with everything that you believe in. And I never have, but I'm finally deciding that this is, and it's really quite hard when that happens, because sometimes you've been in friendships and you know what they say, friendships are with you for seasons in your life, friends, and only some of those are going to remain with you for a lifetime. Those are your soulmates. Those are your friends who literally they've been on the same frequency and they're growing with you. Those friends are valuable, and I've literally got probably a couple of them, and that's it, because friends do come and go, and sometimes, unfortunately, friends do show their true colors. You don't need to make a huge drama about we're not friends anymore. You literally can let it slide, because when you're stuck in relationships that are not they're not fruitful for either of you, it's best to just let it go. When people show their true colors and they reveal themselves to you, you can decide whether you spend more time and energy focused on that person, or whether you allow that person to go and have other friendships with people who they find more fruitful for them at that stage in their progression, okay? In their journey. So it's not about you. You are actually sometimes when you're cutting yourself off, you're actually releasing someone to go after more of what they're into with people that they're into. And that's how it is sometimes. So reality check. Some people might say, you think you're better than us now, she thinks she's better. Like, no, it's not that. It's literally like we're literally on different paths, and that's it. There's nothing more to say. When it's quite hard in this situation, because for me, when people show me their true colors, when people show me how, if something is very unaligned, something happens, that's pretty much it for me. And I suppose that's maybe because I've been hurt in the past, and that's maybe a protective mechanism I have. But when I see that someone has shown me, and maybe I've had deep trust for someone, that's pretty much it. Everyone will always have a second chance, and I will always respect everyone, but I'm not going to carry on friendships where I've seen, where maybe you're betrayed, things like that. It's not good for anyone. Okay, so reality check is you don't actually need to earn abundance through suffering. You don't need to earn abundance and prove yourself that you've slogged it out, that you've hustled, that you've worked so hard to achieve this. You don't. You're worthy of it now, just because of who you are, the gifts you have, the skills you have, and for actually accepting that you're worth it. Okay, so some final inspiration for you. Let's step into your power now, beautiful. Because here's the truth. The next level version of yourself, she doesn't shrink to make others feel comfortable. The woman that you're meant to be, living her dream life, being her dream self, inspiring her family, she owns her desires unapologetically. And when you finally step into your power, the universe is going to respond with limitless abundance for you. So some takeaways. The next level version of you does not shrink herself to make others comfortable. You are allowed to desire more, and you're worthy of receiving it without any guilt right now. Playing small helps no one. So step into your power, claim your success, and let abundance flow. I want you to drop an emoji down below, the emoji that describes how you're feeling right now, if you are done with playing small and you are ready to manifest without limits. Now, if you were feeling inspired, you don't know what's the next step to take, there are some ways that you can work with me to develop yourself and become the dream woman that you know you were born to be. Now, let's look at the first. The first is a free gift that I'm going to give to you. It's available to all of you amazing women, and it is available at mrsmanifestation.com/goddess. This is a free gift. It is a transformative visualization meditation. And essentially, it's going to help you to shed self-doubt, radiate beauty, and step into the bold, powerful, and stunning version of yourself. Just imagine stepping into every room feeling confident, feeling just like that goddess that you were born to be. Even if you feel so far away from that now, this visualization meditation is going to change all that. It's something that you're going to play every single morning, and you can even play it at night before you go to bed. You're going to notice a huge change, even perhaps overnight. From the moment that you download this, you listen, you're going to walk a different way. You're going to stand taller. Your energy is going to become magnetic, and it's a free gift to you, available down below. If you are looking for something a little more personalized, then you can book a Glow Up Breakthrough Audit. This is a bespoke, personalized video audit designed to guide you towards confidence, purpose, and balance in your life. You can find out more about that using the links below or on the mrsmanifestation.com website. Also, I do have some limited availability for 60-minute transformation calls. These are powerful, intimate coaching calls where together we're going to focus on transforming your biggest goals and challenges so that you actually know exactly where you're going next. Sometimes you just need somebody standing, looking from the outside, who is obviously qualified in life and mindset coaching, to help you to just discover the next best steps for you. I never tell clients what to do. I never say this is your next step. It's literally what feels right for you right now, based upon these questions that I'm strategically asking you to map out your next best steps. So again, you're going to find lots of latest offers over at mrsmanifestation.com. There's amazing freebies and mini offers there for you too. But let's remember that you deserve to feel seen, to feel celebrated, and to feel guided as you continue stepping into your most radiant self. So trust in your power, trust in your journey, and never let society dim your light. The world needs your radiance. So just take that next aligned step that you feel right now, and I will see you in the next video.